What is going, guys? It is ChosenTCG here, and today I'm going to be showing you guys a Blackwing deck for the September 2013 ban list, and they changed it so it's the September 2013, no, September 1st, 2013 to December 31st, 2013, which is only 4 months, not 6 months. But yeah, so let's kind of get started. And before I actually get started, I just want to say that Blackwings, they have a really good chance this format, just because of the fact that all the other decks went down, kind of like got debuffed, like everything just went down a bit or went down a lot. And so examples are like, prophecies, dragon rulers, heroes, dark world. There's a bunch of other decks that just got nerfed. And this deck itself, I feel like just because of that one, or I guess there were two big changes, but the one biggest change was the Whirlwind all the way to 3. Okay, that is gonna make probably the biggest difference in terms of how this deck will impact the meta, and I feel like this deck will give a really hard time to other decks because it's just like we all know how this deck played before in 2009 and 10, I believe. Even 11 in Japan, it was just so good. It was winning, and they had to nerf it to the ground. But now it's almost, and I say almost, meaning that there's a couple things that didn't really come back, or did it is never gonna be the same. But this deck pretty much is kind of back to where the format post Dark Strike Fighter being banned. That this is the kind of the almost exact same deck that came back during that time. So I just want to say Whirlwind, obviously one of the biggest impact, and another card, Duality. 3 dualities, in my opinion, is what's going to give pretty much kind of an almost a fourth block Whirlwind. 3 dualities. So by looking at kind of just this deck list, I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 8 cards that will add cards to your hand, and or draw. So these are cards that will make the deck much more consistent. And before, back in the day, you didn't even have duality, and you didn't have XYZ. So those are the things that kind of make the old deck a new different deck with a little more bit more of a twist to it, right? So there's kind of I have mixed feelings about how this deck is gonna do though, because there are times where I'm thinking like it'll just do so well, but then there are also other times where I'm like, you know, in different situations, this deck does have its weaknesses. Does have its obvious weaknesses. And another thing I just want to point out is that all the traps, the overpowered traps, they all got limited or semi-limited. So I think Torrential Tribute went to 1. Solemn Judgment went down to 1. Or sorry, got banned. Bottomless went down to 1, which is gonna help Blackwings, of course. And then you have, I think, Compulsory went down to 1, and there's a bunch of other stuff that helps Blackwings a lot. And even though like you think, well, I use those cards, I'm a Blackwing player, trust me, this deck is going to be something to look out for, even though I do have some mixed feelings. But anyway, I don't think I really want to talk too much about like the specific cards for a Blackwing deck, their effects and everything, because it's been a deck that's been out there for so long. But I'll kind of give you the gist of how the deck works and the effects. So let me explain my choices. Sirocco. So I have Sirocco right here, and sorry about that. So I have Sirocco right here. I'm playing 3 copies. Now, previous formats where Blackwing sucked, you have 3. Sorry, you didn't have 3 Whirlwinds. Now, the reason why I'm playing 3 is because there's 3 Whirlwinds, and you might be thinking, well, why did people drop down to 1 or just didn't play Sirocco overall? Well, the reason was because it was dead in your hand, and it just wasn't effective. And the only reason why you would play 3 Sirocco was because you would have 3 Black Whirlwinds, because if you have 1 Black Whirlwind, what's the point of playing Sirocco? I mean, you would just have a Black Whirlwind, and then the guy goes MST, and then if you draw 2 of these cards in your hand, they're dead. And why would you have that when you can just summon, like Shura, right? So this card, I think right now, because of the 3 Whirlwinds, you have to use this, and the effect is really good during a mirror match. And for some reason, the price of this card is at $10. I don't know why it's the average price of this card is so high. Probably because the super rare is probably going to be $10. But anyway, so the reason why people didn't use it, dead, right? But this card is really good too because you can actually go over Thunder King if you're going second, and this makes Blackwings kind of a threat when they're going second. If you have this and a Shura in your hand, it's gonna help you a lot because you'd go, okay, I'll go Sirocco while they have like a set monster, and I'll attack, and then my backup monster would be my Shura, right? So yeah, the next, obviously, 3 Shuras. There's nothing to talk about. Shura, 1800, combo soul out Kalut, and then you can a special summon your Vayu, and then you can go sync up for your Catastor. And then your 3 Bora. So people were dropping it to 1 mainly because of Whirlwind. Like, you don't have Whirlwind, there's no reason of getting this. Now there's 3 Whirlwinds, you can actually get multiple copies of this, and this combos so well, in my opinion, with XYZs now because you can have Bora. You can either poke for 17, and you can also pierce, scapegoats or any other monsters or dandy tokens, or you can XYZ. And so this card is going to help a lot, just because there's going to be way better hand advantage now because of the Whirlwind. And then Zephyros, this card didn't come out. Maybe I think it was 3 years ago. It didn't come out, but now it's an extra addition to the Bora, the Gale. The Bora, the Gale combo. Of course, you can use it with Blizzard too. You can special summon it, return whatever monster to your hand. Mainly, I think I've done it a lot of times with Bora in the past. Just get it to your hand, special summon Bora again, and then you go Synchro or XYZ. Mainly, these 2 cards for rank 4. It's a great card overall. It's a very high quality Blackwing monster. And then you got the Blizzard. I think running 2 right now is probably the best, and that was exactly how it was like before, because this okay, so I was thinking of running 3 because this, in my opinion, is probably the best Blackwing card just by itself. Because when you're trying to top deck, this card pretty much helps you out of like really tight situations. But the reason why it's not as good as it used to be is because of Brio. And if Brio came back to 1, this deck would be just insane because I would run 2 Vayus, and the main combo is play Blizzard, get back your level 4, play Brio, and then use Brio's effect, and then dump your Vayu or whatever it is that cards in your hand, like Dark Arm, and then you would return cards, and then you would from the field to your opponent's hand, and then you would go for the level the old Vayu and Sirocco Vayu turbo play, and then like that or itself is already a I don't want to say a OTK, but almost an OTK play, and it's very viable too because you would have a Kalut, and Kalut can be used from your hand, right? So it's not like Honest is only during battle phase. Kalut is anytime during damage step. So yeah, only 2. So Kalut, there's nothing to say about it. It's just good. Gale is just, it's basically good. It's probably one of the best cards in the game, not just in Blackwings. And then you have Vayu. I was thinking of playing 2, but no Brio means level 6 synchros are right now are not that viable, right? So that would go back to Blizzard. That's the main reason we don't have viable level 6 synchros. But Vayu in itself is really good to combo out with Sirocco and your Shura, to go into level 5 and level 6 synchro monsters. So just you can use 2. I think it'll work, but I don't want to have dead cards in my hand. That's pretty much the only reason. And then your Dark Arm, which right now I think is really good. You have Vayu and your Vayu to control the grave, you have your Zephyros to control the grave, and then you have your Dark Eruption to control the grave. So a lot of, and then you have your Blizzard. So there's quite a number of grave control in this deck. So overall, I think it is going to be good to put Dark Arm Dragon. And even though there's no priority, I mean, you still get a 2800 beater monster on the field. And because of all the cards that I guess got banned, like Solemn Judgment and Compulse and Bottomless, this card is going to be viable in my opinion. So 3 dualities, of course consistency, your Allure, your cards for Black Feathers, thinking of taking this out, but still consistency. And people do forget sometimes that you cannot special summon the same turn you activate this card, so it is going to slow you down somewhat, but Blackwings don't really need to special summon. Like I'm assuming that you're playing on your first turn. Yeah, and you're not gonna go for crazy synchro plays. If you're going to do that, I mean, don't activate duality and expect to pull off an OTK because you can't special summon. So 3 lances. All right, so this is the decision that I guess come to, and it was that Blackwings win through the battle phase, and this is what they kind of shine upon, because you have your Sirocco, you can pump your monsters up. You could go Sirocco, you could go Bora, you can instantly get a 3700 beater monster, and you can instantly kill any monster. I think, yeah, like 3700. I mean, like, you can kill anything. Maybe like not Colossal Fighter or something, but anything, a Stardust. You can attack over Zen mains. Defense, you can attack over Gaga Cowboy. You can attack almost over anything. And then with Lance, it helps your Blackwings stay on the field. Even though like those cards like Bottomless, I mean, it's to 1, you would still need protection because this deck at the end of the day is scared of Dark Hole and Torrential Tribute. And this is one of the main reasons I don't run Starlight Road now, is because I'm running 3 of these because it helps you manipulate the battle phase and makes you gain advantage through, even more advantage just by using the battle phase with Kalut and Forbidden Lance. And yeah, so Book of Moon as well, it's the same thing. Dark Hole, Staple, Monster Reborn, and what is it called? Heavy Storm ban. I think those actually help Blackwings because now there's less random plays with like random comebacks, and because Heavy Storm is banned, your whirlwinds would actually stay up for longer periods of time, and so that's obviously a good thing. And then you have your Dark Eruption, which grave control, and also you can get back any of these monsters here. So you would mainly, I guess, get these 2. So 6 monsters. Mainly you would get Kalut, and you cycle through Kalut pretty quickly. So your Icarus Attack, I'm running 3, just like before. It's such a great card. It disrupts your opponent's plays so easily, and for a Blackwing player, you should really like when you play this card. I think maybe 6 months ago, it would have been kind of a cautious card because it's not one of those cards where you can just blow off because like let's see, how can I explain this? Having 3 whirlwinds really opens the door to just getting more consistency. Before, it was really hard to get monsters of winged beast monsters out on the field because some people ran 1 of Sirocco, 1 of Bora, and then you only had maybe 2 Kaluts. I think it was about a year ago, and then the high quality Blackwing monsters were very low, and your deck wouldn't be all Blackwing monsters. And Icarus Attack right now, I think, is going to be one of the most overpowered cards because you can control the tempo of the game, and if you actually do get your opponent to play compulsory or Bottomless, this card will give you a plus, and it's just pluses over and over again. And you can actually blow off this card pretty easy. Like, you can just use it, and there's not going to be a lot of I guess consequences, just because I think Starlight Road is not going to be used a lot either. So yeah, great card. And then your Heavy Storm, which is Delta Crow anti-reverse. Gonna try this out because people are gonna be setting non-stop this format because I mean, come on, man. There's no Heavy Storm. If you set this card, okay, and your opponent just goes, okay, set 5, go. You play anti-reverse at the end, they're fucked, right? So a really good card. And then your staples, Bottomless, Warning, and Mirror Force. And I'm running 1/7 tools because there's no Solemn Judgment now. So this card is kind of a card out there just to kind of when you go for game. I mean, clearly Blackwing's weaknesses are, Torrential Tribute, Mirror Force, all that good stuff. When you go for a game now, this is kind of your Solemn Judgment slash, I guess, like a half Solemn Judgment. I know it's slow, but it's still, I think, a really, really good card. I don't know if people are actually going to use this, because this is one of those cards where some people like it and some people don't, and I like it. I used it before, so yeah. So side deck, there's really nothing to talk about except I think skill drain, because skill drain you can actually pretty much splash into this deck quite easily, because Blackwings don't use effects really. You win by battle, you win using Kalut, and you win using your lances and your whirlwinds and getting advantage, and pinning your opponent down with damage and pokes, and just overall kind of grinding the game and then just going for a game when you have enough advantage. So other cards, Gores. So I took that out because I have 3 whirlwinds. I know, at first I was like, I'll play Gores, but now this deck is actually more aggressive, because of, look at it, 3 Icarus Attacks, 3 whirlwinds, 3 Kaluts. I mean, that is just, like the almighty old Blackwings back to normal. I mean, that is just how Blackwings play. So there's really no need for a defensive card like Gores, even though Gores is really awesome and we all know it. And see, Crow, it's kind of like whatever. So Synchros, I got 2 arm wings for your, I'm not running 3, but 2 arm wings for your Vayu and your Sirocco and your Blizzard. And then you got the Gram. You guys can read up on this card. The effect is right here, but it's an okay card. You can actually go into it with sorry, you can't go into it with Shura, but you can go into it with Blizzard. And then you can go Armor Master. Armor Master is always going to be a good card. You could go to it with Gale most of the time. And then there's Silverwind, which I don't know if you ever actually play it. It's whatever card. And then your level 4 Armory Arm, your level 5 Catastor, level 5 Android, level 6 Gaia for your Blizzard, and then your level 8 Stardust, which I think I'm going to switch to like a Thought Ruler or possibly a Colossal Fighter, just, whatever. Let's see, rank 3s, really any rank 3s that are good, and then any rank 4s that are good. So Utopia, My Stroke, or Cowboy, it's pretty much the same, very standard. But this deck, yeah, so that's pretty much it for this deck, and hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and I will be having the full deck list in the description below, so go check it out. And make sure you give me a like, comment below on what you think of this deck, and subscribe to my channel if you enjoy this video and you want to see more videos in the future. So alright, see you later guys, and I'll see you guys next time with another video. See ya.